Welcome back to the Morning Brief right here on Channels Television. If you've just joined us, Merry Christmas! And I like how Christmas is taking on a very beautiful rhythm and tempo on the show today. We just had K Wonder. There's many more to come. Yes, the show is pregnant with promise this morning. Speaking of promise, here are promises fulfilled on this segment as we look at the arts and entertainment, particularly in Nollywood. Yes, we're celebrating our Nollywood greats on the show today. So ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome AY Makun, comedian who joins us virtually today. Hello AY, thank you so much for joining us and Merry Christmas to you and yours. We also have Jackie Appiah, Canadian Ghanaian actress who also joins us via Zoom from Ghana. Hello Jackie, you're looking beautiful and we're glad to have you. Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Yes.
I want a good time to find out that Jackie is also a Canadian.
Don't worry, anyway, we're coming to you. We're not done with introductions yet. We also have here in our Lagos studio joining us Mr. Femi Odugebmi, writer and filmmaker. Good morning. Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, so anyway, I'm coming to you first. It's been a long time coming. Of course, I'm sure you know we've been on your trail for some time now. So if Muhammad refuses to go to the mountain, the mountain will go to Muhammad. So let's start with the big thing that you're on to and you've been promoting, The Waiter. That's your movie. You've been saying quite a lot about it. I would like you to start by, telling us, the backstory behind The Waiter and particularly how it ties into your Appiah series of your movies that you've been producing over time.
It's so good to be here, and of course, seeing a senior colleague in the studio there with you. You mentioning Mohammed going to Martin or Martin coming to Mohammed. A guy will start wondering why is AY not here? We're just busy with The Waiter. The Waiter is the new one that I'm coming up with. It talks about the everyday story that we all go through in Nigeria. And of course, it's laced with comedy. It's laced with all the expected messages that you need to get, because it's everything that is happening in Nigeria right now that we infused into the Appiah series as a masterpiece. And as a matter of fact, we're already out there in cinemas nationwide, and of course, it's doing pretty well. It could be better with the festive period. So it's Appiah, and I'm here.
So I'm wondering why a lot of big movies have come out. Just staying with you for a moment before we go to other guests. A lot of big movies have come out, you and your colleagues. Is there something quite strategic for releasing movies in December, and how rewarding is it, given the fact that the space, for those of us who are not experts, may look at it as super saturated?
Well, you and I would agree that, December, in commemoration of the birth of Christ, is a cultural holiday that celebrates the birth of Christ. And as a matter of fact, you know that it's more like when you say you have your prime time in the studios over there. So for us, it's a prime time, it's a peak period for a lot of people. They had just got back, every other person coming around. Every day is more like a holiday when it comes to December. So it's a good time to come out. But if you say saturated, maybe with our timing, everybody, one way or the other, we want to, savor the beauty of the period. So when you see A, B, C, D, E, and F come out at the same time, it's just because we just want to milk from the season. But notwithstanding, we also maintain the fact that it's just a matter of interest. There are people who would love action films, and it's okay, I'm going for this one. There are some who would love to laugh and have a combination of both. There are some who would love drama. So variety, they say, is the spice of life. So if we engulf your December with different ingredients. It's just left for you to make a choice. Or better still, if your pocket is good enough, subscribe to each and every one of us.
Right? How about you just have a taste of everything? And that's brilliant, really. We see how great Nollywood is doing, and we can't speak enough about that. So I'll just go over to Jackie, because she's also offering something for Christmas. You're also in a project that is showing at this time, which I imagine a lot of people can't get enough of. But first, I imagine you want to respond to AY's comment about him not knowing that you're Canadian. Just finding out live.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. Yes, I was born in Canada and then moved to Ghana when I was about 13 years old. 13 years old. Yes, so yes, AY, I'm Canadian.
There you go. So speak to us about what this season means to you. You bring different cultures together. The Canadian culture, imagine Ghanaian culture big on that. And then there's an infusion of Nigeria in it. It looks like you're enjoying the best of all the worlds, really. So what does Christmas mean to you from those different perspectives?
Oh, it's a time of togetherness. You know, my family is coming from around the world. People have come in from the States, people have come in from Canada, people have come in even from Nigeria, you know, and, you know, we meet under one roof, you know, we crack jokes, eat food, you know, those who can't join us will probably join us online, you know, through video calls and stuff like that. But it's a fun one. This is my favorite month of the year. It's my birthday month as well. So this month is very dear to my heart. I think it's the best month of the year. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the Christmas. I just started my Christmas yesterday. So yeah, I just started celebrating yesterday.
All right, there's more to
it's
talk
been
about.
fun. It's been fun. It's been amazing.
Beautiful. You're also promoting a project right now. Before we leave you for a bit, Jackie, talk to us about your role in that film that is, you know, on the lips of everyone now. Of course, AY, no offense, we know that the waiter is also on the lips of everyone. But let's talk a bit about Everybody Loves Jennifer.
Yes.
You play the role of a drug baron in that movie, Bebe. I hope I got the name correctly.
Yes, she did.
Yes. So how challenging was that role for you, and how strategic is this partnership between Nigeria and Ghana in this flick?
Well, playing the character Bebe was amazing. It's something different. Funke wanted me to play something different, and I'm happy I did because everyone in the cinema loved it. They haven't seen me in that light before, so having to see me play the character Bebe, everyone was like, oh wow. You know, but it was fun playing it. It wasn't easy at all. You know, every character is not easy. You know, every character is challenging. But I'm having to. I don't think I've ever played a drag baron, if I can remember correctly. But yeah, I think this is my first role as a drug baron. I could be wrong. In case you watch a movie somewhere and I was playing a drug, but yeah, but I can't remember. This is my first time, and it was fun. It was quite hard, you know, but I enjoyed playing it. And the collaboration between Ghana and Nigeria has been there from time immemorial, and Nigeria is my second home. You know, people see me and they think I'm Nigerian, you know, and sometimes I don't know, I'm Ghanaian. So, I thought you were Nigerian, you know. So we love each other. You guys bully us all the time. But I love Nigeria. Nigeria is my second home. Ghanaians are always saying that you like Nigerians more than us. I'm like, oh, no, it's my second home too. You know, they're my family as well. So, yes, it's been fun filming in Nigeria. Doing collaborations. I just did one as well with Moses Inwa. It will be out soon. Very big project as well. And yes, I had fun. I had fun shooting Everybody Loves Jennifer. Funke is a phenomenal director. She's a fantastic director. It was so fun being on set with her. You know, she's always coming to you making sure you're all right. Are you okay, Jackie? Do you need anything? Like, she pampered me throughout the whole shoot, and I enjoyed filming with her. I had so much fun, to be honest.
So, Jackie, Nigeria is your second home, so we're securing your commitment to come shoot your next movie in Nigeria, not Ghana and not Canada.
And there goes the bully again.
Okay, so let's come to the studio now. Mr. Odugebmi, AY refers to you as the OG. So we have the OG of the movies on set. Okay, first of all, your reflections on Christmas before we begin to talk about, how these movies are shaping Christmas and, the other elements of Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you.
I think it's just such a wonderful time to be alive. It's great to actually have started the year and end it, in good health. Christmas is a wonderful time. I think it's one of the times that our humanity is on display. It's about community, it's about family, it's about love, it's about giving. And for me, given that my age and how we grew up, it was the only time that you knew all the family.
Right.
It was also a time to kind of get back to your roots. People went to the village, you met your grandmas and grandpas, and it's just such a joyful time. Of course, this year is a bit more sober, simply because of all the things that's happened, the children that have died in Ibadan and other places, and for those people you have to also offer condolences. It must be a very tough time to lose anyone, but that does not take away the joy of the season, and I'm really just so happy to be able to spend this time with family.
It's always interesting when we have persons like you. I refer to people, besides calling you an OG.
What does OG mean?
The old guys. I mean, the dinosaurs in the game, literally. Well, in a very nice way.
The ancestors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm proud of you.
So you're actually a benefit of hindsight. So you walked it, the journey. So if we're looking for eyewitnesses of the past in the movie industry, we come to persons like you. So we can also project into the future. And given the fact that you're a writer, that's quite critical in terms of depth of thought. So when you see what is playing out, besides you also tell us what you're working on, the quality of stories our people are telling, how impressed are you?
I'm excited, incredibly excited, because if you know how the film industry has been. I mean, the industry goes way back to the 50s, actually, when, the Nigeria Film Commission was making documentaries, and people like, Wale Soyinka, Hiba Togunde, Baba Salah were making films. But I think the generation that brought Nollywood has taken everything to new heights. And if you look at how it started and the will and grit that was brought to it, I mean, it was an industry that did not have funding. It was an industry that did not have government support. But look down, 20, 30 years later, the quality of work. I'm really quite proud of the journey of this industry. And not just in Nigeria. You have to understand that Nollywood has also inspired filmmaking across the continent. It's provided employment for so many people who are talented. And film is so important. It's such an important cultural practice because it is within film you find everything. The musician has a space. The fashion designer has a space. The actor has a space. The writer has a space. It's something that I think Nigeria has been incredibly blessed to have this as its narrative globally. Because, when you travel, you find that almost everywhere you go, there is somebody that has seen a Nollywood movie. And for me, that is as good a cultural diplomacy tool as you can have. We have a lot of Hollywood people who want to come and act in Nollywood. You see them already coming. Idris Elba is making a film out of Nigeria. That to me ought to give us a lot of respect for the work that I think this industry has done. And it's still doing. There's a lot of the economy is benefiting greatly from this, not just the employment, the amount of money. You ask, Jackie, or you ask AY, how much was invested? That money comes from somewhere.
So in your view, do we have a seat on the table yet?
We've built our own table. Okay. And I think that's really the key. When you talk about the table, you have to talk about it in terms of global impact, in terms of audience size, in terms of storytelling. I think these things we've created from nothing. And if you look at the economy of it, and the amount of, one of the things we've not done right is get the data right. If we were to get the data right, and to be able to say how much money has gone into Nollywood and has spread out in Nollywood within the last 20, 30 years, you have to say next to oil, it rivals everything else. So for me, that's excitement.
And there goes my concern from time to time. I remember, we're still living what happened to crude oil, or what is happening to crude oil, So yes, you may say we have a table, but does that table have legs to stand on? Do we have a structure? Are we able to now say, okay, let us start developing movies ourselves without the Forex? Well, you can't do without the Forex, but without the support in that sense of those big companies. A lot of them have left, by the way. But it's very interesting to hear your perspective that we now have a table. But when you say crude oil, I am a bit worried, because I don't want us to have this conversation 50 years.
I would say to you this, we're a work in progress.
Absolutely. And I think that's the point.
We're a work in progress. And when people ask me if the cup is half full or half empty, I say we should be glad we have a cup at all.
There you go.
We are one country out of how many in Africa. We've created something that's globally recognized. We've created star brands, names that you can mention, and anywhere in the world people know it. Okay. You got to give it to the industry. There are things to be done. There are structures to be built. We started out almost organically without much government support. Government is kind of recognized the industry now for its economic power, and they're trying to do things. You have many state governors who are trying to build film villages. You have CBN trying to put a fund together. You have Bank of Industry putting a fund in. We need to build those infrastructures, and we will.
Okay, that is great. This is not a takeaway from the work being done.
Oh, absolutely.
I just wanted to capture that other angle. I know it is Christmas. There's a lot of merry and jollying, but I need to talk about this. And I'll go back to AY. And maybe everybody can chime in. So you have your own work, The Man Died.
Yes.
Wale Soyinka's memoirs. Yes. Fantastic work, right? AY has his own work out there, The Waiter. And AY, you put out a tweet recently. Yes, we're going there, just in case. And this is what you said.
I knew you were coming there.
Of course, that's why we're here. But it's a very important conversation to have, right? And I want us to just approach this with an open mind. So this is your tweet. I'm sure you know the tweet, but for the benefit of others who have not read it, I'll just take a part of it. You started by saying, one day, man go tell man, wetin man do man. We work so hard to stay relevant and take care of our responsibilities. I'll paraphrase this next part because this is TV. You said, must we have the things that women have in order for us to get support from our fellow men? I'm still the only man left in the business of filmmaking who is yet to give it all up. The Waiter is a beautiful movie. I will continue to personally push it with my full chest in cinemas worldwide. You put out a tweet afterward trying to clear the air, saying this is not a takeaway from the work others are doing. But obviously that initial tweet came from a place of pain. Now you are next to Jackie, who has the things. You know where I'm going. But
the pain is still very much around. Now, people usually would take things out of context. It was just a tweet to kind of remind my fellow men, my gender, that we can still support each other. Now, what was the tweet about? So, do you know how painful it is when you put some people in your film and they sign contract? And the contract also involves them promoting and being a part of the journey for the film. And then you see them not doing that. And alternatively, you see those people promoting the film that they are not a part of. And my question comes, must I have the things that women have for you to come and support what I'm doing? Men should try to support men. It was just a simple truth, but it was taken out of context. The good thing that it was clear in the sense that if the day before I was with the women with the things that they have in the cinemas doing our thing together as a unit. So seeing people taking it out of context, which is something you always get from the social media space anyway. Sensationalism is one thing that you must anything to bring the trend. Once they wait, it's like they wait for you. Are you going to go off? Then they bring you to the position of explanation. But like I said, the people in the industry, I mean, the other gender in the industry, they're doing pretty well. And we are very, very full of respect for them, for the things that they have done and the things that they are doing. But I repeat again, waiting man, do man.
Double down.
Jackie, is there any waiting woman, do woman? How did you receive this? Because it looks like the women get all of the attention clearly now. But I'm sure you saw that tweet. Maybe you didn't, but does that resonate with you as well?
I didn't see it, so you read it. I just heard about it for the first time right now on this platform. So yeah, he's clarified himself. It's good that he's clarified himself. Yeah, I'm hearing it for the first time. Yeah, but I understand where he's coming from. Probably wants men to support men, just as women support women. Yeah, and he said some people were promoting other films and not promoting their films. And I know sometimes artists can be stubborn. You have a movie out there, your producer wants you to promote it. You should do that, And it is painful that you've put so much money into a project and you see artists not promoting something that they're part of and probably posting something that is like fashion picture or chilling somewhere, and they're not promoting a job that they use their sweat. And if we don't all come together to support each other, we can't move forward in the right direction. So it's important as an artist that whenever you're part of a put some effort in it to help promote the production.
All right.
So it's very important.
I'm sure you wanted to say something about it.
It's very strange because in film and television, we always say there are no women. It's all men. Simply because the work is so difficult and so hard. And so really gender is not really the issue. But I get his point. It's important for people to promote the work. It's one of those infrastructure things you're talking about outside the country, in other places. There are promotional institutions, there are companies, PR companies that take on film and have a budget to do so. But because, the budget we often have, we've always just put it in the work. And so we don't have those extras yet. So in time, it will come. But it's important to say this about women in our industry today. Women are driving everything that is progressive about this industry. You look at Ebony Life and Mohabudu, you look at Choma and Afrif. There's just so many examples. And I think we ought to be grateful for the work they're doing and for the sensitivity they bring. Yes, they have things we don't have, but we also have things that they don't have. And I guess the key is to work it together just so that, we make this a bigger pie for everybody.
The gender perspective is interesting, One would never have looked at it from that standpoint prior to this time. But now that you bring all the other women into the mix, it's now easy to see that the women are doing great things, and it's in the movie industry, and it seems as if where are the men? But Ewa, you're not alone. Mr. Odugebmi is here, and he's been standing strong over the decades in the movie industry, and he doesn't have the things that women have. He's doing well all the same. Now, Mr. Odugebmi, talk talk to us about this, your appointment recently into the International Engagement Committee of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. It's a testament, to the work that you've done over the years. But what does it do to the visibility and, performance of the Nigerian movie content on the global stage? And, often than not, we talk about it on this show about how, it's an excessive need for us to seek the validation of the international community for the kind of work that we're doing here. Do we really need it and all of that? But what does it do for us?
I'm a member of the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences. I'm also a member of the International Academy for Television. And why I'm not the only one. There are other Nigerians who are also members of this international committees. And I think it's important because film is a global business. You have to be in the room to kind of expand your opportunity. You have to know what's going on for you to know what the quality, what the standards are. And it's also a business of networks. For us, we make these films, our audiences are seeing them. We need audiences outside of Nigeria as well to see the work that we're doing here, and hopefully to be able to have people also invest in this industry. It's not just about making film, it's also about the country. It's about locations. South Africa makes more money from people that come in to shoot in Cape Town and other parts of South Africa, using their location, their landscape and all of that, and bringing work for their technical people and their actors and their storytellers. So beyond exporting what we're doing, we also need to import work. We need to import opportunity. And I think the more Nollywood people that are in the room, quote unquote, in those international organizations, the better for us to make our case, for inclusion. Right. And I think that's important. One day, our films would also be at the Oscars, will be at the Emmys. Certainly. And you have to lay the groundwork for that.
Yeah, and we must have our own Oscars too one day.
Well, I think we already do. AMA is African. Absolutely. Oscar. AMVCA is an African Oscar.
When can we see The Man Died?
The Man Died will be seen soon. It's going to be seen in the new year, but really the most important thing is to create the awareness for people to know that this film is coming.
We're back to that awareness again.
When is it coming? Give us a date, please.
I don't have a date yet, but it would be in the first quarter of next year.
AY, where can we see The Waiter? No, we have to do this. Men supporting men. Now, let it be on record. AY, where can we see The Waiter?
The Waiter is actually in cinemas nationwide as we speak, and it's doing pretty well.
All right.
And maybe we need to ask Jackie Appiah. Jackie Appiah, where can we see you?
Everybody loves Jennifer.
You can see me in the cinemas nationwide as well. Everybody loves Jennifer, both here in the diaspora as well. We hear 100,000 the diaspora yesterday. So yeah, you can see me everywhere. All right. Yeah, everywhere. Everybody loves Jennifer is showing everywhere, both Nigeria and Ghana, everywhere. And the diaspora as well.
Okay, thank you for putting that in. I wanted to say that it's also showing in Ghana as well. So thank you so much. I'm going to watch this segment back later on YouTube. We've been talking with AY, comedian, filmmaker, Jackie Appiah, Ghanaian actress, and Femi Odugebmi, writer and filmmaker, who joined us here in our Lagos studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gentlemen and delectable lady.
Men supporting men.
We'll take a break now. There's more to come on the program. Join us again. We'll be right back.